Hello and welcome to Parliament Weekly, your home for the biggest, juicy and most important news out of the Nigerian Parliament every week. I am Sharon Ebresomi. The Senate has sworn in Augustine Akobundu of the People's Democratic Party as senator representing Abia Central Senatorial District in the 10th National Assembly. Akobundu was sworn in on Wednesday during plenary to replace Senator Darlington Wokocha of the Labour Party. If you recall, the Court of Appeal Lagos Division over a week ago sacked the Senate Minority Chief Whip, Darlington Wokocha, and declared Akobundu as the winner of the February 25 National Assembly election. Now, if you also recall, Wokocha, who is the fourth senator to be sacked by the appeal court, was declared the winner of the election with 92,116 votes by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), while Akobundu trailed behind with 41,477 votes. Akobundu, a former Minister of State for Defense and a former organizing secretary of the PDP, rejected the result and filed a petition before the Election Petition Tribunal to upturn Wokocha's election.
I, Augustine Okudiri Akobundu,
do solemnly swear
that
I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
and
that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God.
This, I must say, is a very sad development for Wokocha, who had already resumed legislative duties for how many months now? And all of a sudden, this news. But then again, we will congratulate the newly sworn-in Senator Akobundu. We also hope that no one gets sacked again.
Oh, my sister, help me say amen.
Senator Adams Oshomole has decried the manner in which the Nigeria police managed protests and called for urgent action to address the issue. Oshomole, who is also a former NLC president, made the call while contributing to a motion on the urgent public importance on the need for the NLC and TUC to reconsider its now suspended industrial action. The motion was sponsored by Senator Opeyemi Bamidele on Wednesday.
I am concerned first about the way police manage protest. I fought it when I was in the NLC. I was dragged on the floor of, on the tarmac of the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport because we had issued a notice to go on strike. And I was brutalized. I think it is legitimate for us as senators and in this Senate to condemn without any reservation acts of brutality against Protestants, including the President of the Nigeria Labour Congress.
It be like they won't tell us what we never hear before.
Hey, Che, that kind thing. Being brutalized and dragged on the floor. When no be say na thief, you thief. Wow. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has welcomed the decision by the organized labor to suspend its industrial action, which has been in force across the country for 2 days. In a statement jointly signed by the chairman of the House Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Rep. Akin Rotimi, and the chairman of the Committee on Labor, Employment and Productivity, Rep. Adeboyega Adefarati. The Green Chamber also commended the Office of the National Security Advisor for its efforts in ensuring that the industrial action is suspended for the benefit of all Nigerians. Now, if you recall, the House and the Senate had at Wednesday's plenary expressed concern over the industrial action which paralyzed economic activities in most parts of the country, and resolved to intervene in the impasse by engaging relevant parties towards an amicable resolution. The resolution followed the adoption of a motion in the House, sponsored by the Deputy Speaker, Benjamin Kalu, on the need to intervene in the face-off between organized labor and the federal government. And in the Senate, it was sponsored by Senator Okpeyemi Bamidele on the need for the Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress to reconsider its current stance on the ongoing industrial action. Before I go on to the next stories, please do well to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't done so. Please do well to also like this video, comment and share. The House of Representatives has urged the state governments to domesticate the discrimination against persons with disabilities prohibition law in their respective states. This is even as it urged the Ministry of Information and National Orientation and religious organizations to sensitize the public about discrimination against persons with disability. These resolutions follow the adoption of a motion on the need to create awareness programs for persons with disability, which was moved at the plenary on Tuesday. The sponsor of the motion, Rep. Bashiru Dawodu, observed that 23 out of 36 states are yet to domesticate the law in their states. This, he said, has allowed for continued discrimination, stigmatization, and non-inclusion of persons living with disabilities in the private and public sectors.
Aware that the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act 2018 was signed into law to ensure full participation and inclusion of people living with disabilities in all sectors of the Nigerian economy. Worried that the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation, tasked with promoting and educating the public about the rights and inclusion of persons with disabilities, is ineffective.
Honestly, this is a very serious issue in this country, and I am glad that it is being addressed because this discrimination definitely affects them mentally and physically, and in fact, there should be more stringent punishment against such an offense. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, has reiterated the House's willingness to join hands with President Bola Tinubu to profile long-lasting solutions to set Nigeria on the path of development. The Speaker stated this while unveiling the legislative agenda of the 10th House of Representatives with a commitment to deploy every legislative instrument towards meeting the yearnings and aspirations of Nigerians on Tuesday. Abbas, who pointed out that the legislative agenda is designed to tackle the challenges currently being experienced by citizens, added that the legislative agenda consists of 8 critical issues properly captured to provide the necessary legislative support to the executive.
The legislative agenda of the 10th House of Representatives, aptly titled The People's House, is rooted in the fundamental belief that our primary role as lawmakers is to serve the best interests of our constituents. We recognize the diverse needs and challenges currently facing our nation. Despite this, we are optimistic that together with His Excellency President Bola Tinubu, we will provide long-lasting solutions to save Nigeria on a sure path.
Now, the fact that every week we get to hear how our lawmakers intend to address critical issues in the country is something notable. We hope that they don't fail us.
Amen. Amen.
It's a wrap on this week's episode. To catch up on all the other stories that have transpired over the week in the National Assembly, please do well to visit our website at orderpaper.ng. You can also check out our social media handles displayed on your screen right now. See you next week.